Hey, what's up? Thank you for getting into this quick take on Teague's take. Thank you for being a loyal follower. If you're not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell because we put these out. And JT and I need to be able to talk to you about this. This is kind of we try to show good, we try to show bad, and sometimes it's even ugly. And I don't even know what kind of category we're going to put this in, if it's just bad or if this is ugly.
Now
JT.
this is ugly by alignment. I, there are some things that like I can understand. Like we're gonna talk about it. But there's some things where you align and you're like, okay, maybe he didn't see. He's just in the moment. It's third and goal. 16. You can't see the clock, but this is actually there's 16 seconds left in the half. You get all of that, but where he decided to line up right here makes zero sense to me.
Yeah. Okay. So JT's going to be talking about. So in this, you're in a condensed field. You can get in all that kind of stuff, but it doesn't matter. You got your corner at the top, Kool-Aid McKinstry, who's going to be in press technique. So one of the things that we're always talking about in uh, the secondary, for sure, is when you have condensed formations. That means you got two receivers in or bunch, right, in close proximity, which in this case is the receiver at the top and what we keep referring to as a sniffer back. He's kind of a wing guy at this place. I don't know who is that. Caleb
It's Caleb
Downs.
Downs. Looks like number
Caleb,
two.
yeah, Caleb Downs comes over and is going to be a man to man on that number two wide receiver. So JT, what are we telling him right now when he comes over? What should the alignment be for Caleb as opposed to where he actually is?
So for me, I'm telling him he's got to be at least 3 yards off the ball. I understand that. All right, so let me back up, and then I'll answer your question directly.
All right.
For anybody who is trying to learn how to watch the game and watch the defense, is you should try to find where space is, like where's just space on the field, and then try to find out where the offense is trying to either bunch or stack people. So in this case, on the top side of your screen, this is a bunch, and usually when you hear the word bunch, you're thinking three people, but it's two people in close proximity, as you said before. So as we had alluded to before, you can't be on the same level as another defensive back, because when they try to bunch people up like this, they're either trying to rub you or they're trying to switch and gain leverage. So I'm telling Caleb Downs he needs to be 3 yards deep. So if something comes out quick right now, he's not running into his fellow defensive back with somebody with him coming in. What boggles my mind is where he decided to line up, because he is inside. He is standing inside and right next to the defensive end.
I should have told him right away that, hey, I got somebody. I can't even run to the right without smashing into him.
Correct. So even if you're worried about like an immediate flat route by this wingback, you can't even get there because you and the defensive end are going in opposite directions. And so for all of my math teachers out here that are also coaches, these lines intersect, and when two bodies intersect, it doesn't make for a great day for the defense. So why he chose to stand right here, that
Maybe
ain't.
because he's a freshman and he
It's
wasn't
got to
taught
be. It's
before
got to be.
or something. So, just make sure that you guys know what he's talking about when he says on the same level. That's I don't know an easy way to say that, but basically you don't want someone right
You don't
beside
want
you.
to be. You don't
Yeah.
want to be standing on the same yard line as as another one of your teammates.
There you
So,
go. There you
like
go.
in kickoff, they say, "Hey, don't follow the same color jersey." Defense, if you're in man-to-man coverage, you should not be standing on the same yard line as another.
All right, so let's let him see what happens when he does it. If you can keep your eye on Caleb runs right into Kool-Aid McKinstry and his wide receiver, and he has to work too hard to get to that guy, and it doesn't work. So great call by uh, Tennessee, or maybe not. Bad technique, ugly technique by us because everybody else is kind of covered.
Yeah,
And so one last point in the last 30 seconds of this. So now when this happens, should he go over the top or underneath? What do you think?
I think you got to go over the top. You go underneath. At least if you go under the top, if you go over the top, if you've got speed and it's a bad ball and it hangs a little too much, it's not going over your head. You have time to get there and try to knock the ball down. If he floats it and it is a bad ball and you go underneath, I think one or two things are going to happen. It's going to float and it's going to drop right in the bucket over your head, or it's going to be short. The receiver's going to come back to the ball. You're in chase mode. You're going to run into the receiver and they're throwing a flag for pass interference. So I say you got to go over the top in this situation because you're 6 yards away from the end zone. I think it's a little different. Balls on the one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking back, might be 2016 Clemson national championship game. Hunter Renfro is making a quick out right to the front pylon. That kind of stuff. Maybe you got to go underneath and try to just cut the ball off because you go over the top. It's a touchdown anyway. But I think you have enough room right here with this route to go over the top.
Yes, sir. I 100% agree. You got to go over the top. But the main thing you need to know is don't even line up there in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself the opportunity to get over the top. And this is where communication has to come in play, where both him and the corner should be talking who's going to press and who isn't by rule. Typically, the guy whose man is on the ball is impressed, and the guy whose man is off the ball has to back up and allow for the corner to run through. So, without knowing anything about anything, I would say this is Caleb Downs' mistake because Kool-Aid shouldn't even have to be worried about that because his guy's up on the line. He's pressing. We need to give him the right of way. I think that's going to do it for our show today, JT. On this one, the no-nos, you can't do it when you got a bunch formation that's condensed, something where guys are really, really close to each other. You got to communicate, particularly when you're in man-to-man. Don't be on the same playing field, as he said. Can't stand on the same line of scrimmage, same yard line, because you are going to get picked. That's going to do it, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe again. Give us the like, the follow, share it with everybody else. Stay tuned to what we got going on page. Hopefully, we'll be back soon. Peace.